people, rich people, you know what I'm saying? King Rich P EVOLON checking in. Coming to drop some game on y'all, you know. I just been thinking about what's the best way that I could, you know, really impact our people, and based on what I've been through and just everything that I've learned in my life, you know what I'm saying? So I decided to come with a series, and we're gonna call it Daily Riches, where every day I'm gonna come and post a video of really just a bunch of game, you know, a bunch of game and when I say game, I mean like wisdom, you feel me? Wisdom that I've learned and accumulated over the years of just, you know, living life and going through adversities and overcoming them adversities and becoming successful, and you know, everything all in between, just the journey, you know. And I just want to come and share my story, and hopefully I could impact at least one person. Like, you know, I'm not really here to get a bunch of followers or whatever. If I do get a bunch of followers, that's cool too. But my intent is really just to impact at least one person that may be going through what I've been through, just in my life experience. So first of all, I would like to say I appreciate y'all even tapping in, tuning in to this. It's my, you know, like I said, it's gonna be my first episode of the Daily Riches series. And what I want to talk about first is, and excuse the background noise, I'm in the living room of the crib, you feel me? Y'all understand, you know. You might hear some dogs barking, some planes in the air, whatever, the air conditioner, whatever. But just, you know, try to lock in on the riches of what's being contributed here. So, like I said, I like to call this one Slaves to Money. And for those of you who don't know, I am an owner of a brand by the name of Richard Pryor. I'm actually wearing one of our pieces right now. A couple hats right here on display, you know, about what we do. And basically, you know, the Richard Pryor clothing company is one aspect of what I'm doing. But at the same time, the clothing company came from a concept. It came from a philosophy that I've developed and refined and perfected in a way where I could contribute this to the masses, or to the people who need it the most. And that's what I'm here to do now. And I say all that to say, like I said, you know, slaves to money. What is a slave to money? To me, a slave to money is a person who works for money, or a person who works hard and does, you know, labor for money and things, you know, materials, physical, you know, tangible things. People who work for that, people who put they labor into that, people who, you know what I'm saying, sweat, blood, sweat and tears for a piece of paper, you know. If you do that, that's what I call a slave to money. You know, when you are controlled by those things, when you are controlled by money and controlled by paper and controlled by materialistic things, you know, without those things, you don't feel like yourself. So I call those type of people a slave to money, you know, and a lot of times those type of people, they don't feel like themselves unless they have a certain amount of things, a certain amount of possessions. You know, they don't feel dignified if they don't have the nice car. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of people who get cars that they can't afford and accumulate a bill for themselves. So that's really what it ends up being, because you can't afford it. So it's a car note. You know, you might get paid $900 every 2 weeks, but that car note is $450 every 2 weeks. So you're really not getting paid $900 every 2 weeks. You're really getting paid $450 every 2 weeks, not including the rest of your expenses that you may have, rent, you know, just food, gas money, whatever it may be. So you really are really not making any money. You just doing a bunch of labor for the look of things. You know what I'm saying? But behind those things, you personally, you are miserable. Personally, you are depressed. Personally, you are stressed out. Personally, you are weighed down and exhausted. You know what I mean? For lack of better words, you exhausted, you tired, you know, and I've been there. I've been, you know, in that position where I was laboring, you know, putting in the grind, going hard, you know, in the trap. I come from a trap experience, a trap background where when I say trap, I mean selling drugs. You feel me? For those who know, you know, and that's another thing I want to say. This isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? These videos that I'm gonna be putting out, these are for people, like I said, that can relate. So I may use certain terms, I may use certain words that only those type of people understand. And for those of you who don't understand, you know, that it might not be for you. You know, you can listen in, you can tap in and still, you know, soak up the knowledge and the wisdom. But, you know, really I'm focusing on my people, and that's the people who I call trapped. You know what I mean? Slaves to money. You know what I mean? We are in a trap, and we don't really realize it. We feel it on a spiritual level, but we can't really make sense of it on a physical level. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make, you know, give you a little bit more clarity through my story of how, you know, it plays out, that exhaustion that you feel spiritually, how it plays out and manifests on a physical level, you know, and how to prevent that, how to free yourself, if you will, from that, from the plantation. You know what I'm saying? And not just, you know, people ain't just slaves to money that trap. It's people that work jobs. Like I said, getting paid $900 every week, $900 every 2 weeks, but really not really getting paid $900 every 2 weeks because they got all these bills that speak for them, you know, and they haven't paid themselves first. You know, that's one of the first laws of money, man. Pay yourself first. You know, you paying all these other people, you paying all these bill collectors, but at the end of the day, you ain't got nothing to show for it, but you still going to work. You still going to work and put in your blood, sweat, and tears, and you haven't paid you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to free y'all, you know, free our people from that type of lifestyle or mentality, because it's all a mindset. And a lot of our people are caught up in like doing things to look a certain way to other people. You know, we don't feel validated through our own eyes, through our own experience, what we tell ourselves who we are. We don't feel validated from that. We only feel validated and dignified as if when another person tells us, like, man, that's a nice car. Oh man, that's a, you know, when they compliment you on your things, that's a nice house. That's a nice, you know. But my thing is, who are you without those things? Without the house, without the car, without the nice job, without the, you know, the tangible things, the physical things. Who are you when you don't have any of that? You know, and to me, that's the most important thing. The most important thing is who you gonna be when you at the bottom. You know, anybody can be great when things are going great, things are going good. But when everything go left, when all this shit hit the fan, then who you gonna be? Then, you know what I'm saying? Then how you gonna stand? Are you still gonna stand strong and who you said you was? Or you gonna fold up, you know, and be lost and give up because you don't, and give in to what other people are saying. You know what I'm saying? Then you are lost because you don't have nothing to stand on. You don't have nothing firm to stand on to say, this is me, no matter what, no matter hell or high water, this is who I am. You know, that's what you need. That's what separates the men from the mice. You know what I'm saying? Is when I cannot have $1 to my name, but I can still stand firm in saying that I am a king. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am great. I am legendary. I am impactful. You know, I am valuable. I am dignified. You feel me? Like, when you can really say that and you can really mean that, you know, that's when you can be free. That's when you can be what I like to call Richard Pryor, you know, because prior to the materials, prior to the money, prior to the cars, prior to the clothes, the jewelry, whatever the trinkets we call valuable here in this country, you know, even across the world, you know, but I'm only gonna speak for our country because that's all I know, you know. But at the same time, who are you? When you can say that, when you can say who you are, despite not having those things, that's when you free. That's when you have really placed yourself in a position of prominence, you know what I mean, and dominance and abundance, regardless, you know. And I believe, me personally, I believe that's what we here for. We here to see who we really are with or without those things, you know. Who are you when you are rich and poor? It shouldn't change. If it changes, you missing the mark. You missing it. You missing it. If who you are changes based on your money or not having money, who you are as a person, if that changes, once your dollar amount fluctuates, you miss the mark. You know, you miss the mark. You are a slave to money. You know, the people who don't change when their money get low or if their money is high. The people who don't change, those people are rich people beyond measure. Those people are the most valuable people in the world, because no matter what you do to them, they're gonna still remain and stand strong to say, this is who I am. This is who I am. You know, no matter what you say, no matter what you judge or measure and determine what riches is to you, this is who I remain. This is who I'm going to be. This is who I am. You see what I'm saying? And there's so much power in claiming and proclaiming who you are, despite anything. You know, before you can be a thing, you have to see a thing. Before you can name it, you have to claim it. You have to claim it. You know, before you can name it and say, yeah, that's mine right there, you got to be able to claim that within yourself first. You got to be able to claim that within yourself first, you know. And like I say, I put together a philosophy called Richard Pryor to free us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been through it. I've been through the situation where I'm just trapping, you know what I mean, every day, all day, from the night to the morning. This all I'm doing. Every time my phone ring, I'm gone. Meanwhile, I got kids that I ain't even been able to spend time with as much as I would like to, because I'm doing this. I'm too busy letting this money dictate my pace. Every morning I wake up, I'm letting money tell me what to do. Soon as my phone ring, I'm gone. Soon as my phone ring and say I got this, it's $100 on the other end of this phone. That dictates what I'm finna go do in my life every day. You see what I'm saying? Every day, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm operating. And over time, over a long period of time of me living like that, it weighed me down. It weighed me down. I couldn't make sense of it. I didn't understand, you know, what I was feeling on a spiritual level, what I was feeling. Like, I just feel like a immense pressure on my spirit, man. Like I didn't really feel like myself. I felt like I was doing the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got like an inner, I guess, conscious, inner revelation. Like, man, you going the wrong way, man. Like, and I couldn't make sense of what else could I be doing? What else can I do? You know what I mean? This all I ever known. You know, I've been doing this for this many amount of years. This is all I know. All I know is the game. All I know is the streets. All I know is the trap. All I know is man, turn that phone up. You know what I mean? Turn that phone up. That's all I knew. That was how I operated for so long. So when I started getting those feelings, it was an added pressure just from not knowing, okay, what's my alternative? If I don't do this, you know, because deep down I always knew what I was doing wasn't the right thing to do. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like I didn't see no other alternative around me in my immediate surroundings. You know, so that made me like even more confused, even more stressed out, even more exhausted. Just the thought of not knowing, just the thought of feeling like, damn, I gotta do this. Like, even though I don't want to do this, I gotta do this because it's the only avenue that I have. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And like they say, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I thought within my mind, within my subconscious mind. This is all I thought. I thought that I could only trap. This is the only way for me. You know what I'm saying? At this point in my life, this is the only way. So that's what I did. And it cost me. It cost me. I done been through drug raids. I done been locked up. You know what I'm saying? I done been people attempted to rob me. I done had guns put to my head. You know, all of these different things. I done had, you know, my severed my relationship with my kids. I couldn't be around my kids at one point in time. You know, it was just, I remember, man, I was grinding for so long. Me and my BM was together. I was grinding for so long trying to get my own crib, my own situation situated, because we wasn't seeing eye to eye due to everything that I'm saying. I'm always in the streets. I'm always doing what I'm doing. Not really spending time with the kids. Not really making sure the home life was taken care of. You feel me? So that cost that relationship. So now it's like, okay, she want me out of here immediately. So now I gotta figure out what's my next move. So now I'm stacking my money up just so I can get me a crib, get my situation situated. Finally got my crib. This really like the first crib I had by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had many cribs before, but it was like I was always with my BM and you know, my kids. You know what I'm saying? But this one was like my first crib by myself. So, you know, I got my own crib by myself, got my own whip, truck, TVs in it. I'm living, you know, I'm feeling all right, you know. But then after a while, I started to see like I'm going out to eat by myself. I'm used to going out to eat with the whole family. You know, I'm used to going out to eat with the whole family. But now I'm in a situation where I'm going to, you know, Red Lobster by myself. I'm just sitting at the table eating all this food by myself, and it just didn't feel another. Like I said, there you go again. My conscience just wasn't feeling right. Just going out living for self. You feel me? For self. I didn't really feel it. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel right at all. You know, I remember like it was yesterday. I had waitresses would come up like, man, why you eating by yourself? You know? And at the time the question hit me so deep, I couldn't really answer it. Because the question was so deep. Excuse me. Let this plane go past, like I say. Well, yeah, I didn't have an answer. I couldn't really answer it. You know, in my mind, I'm like, damn, why am I eating by myself? That's a good question. You feel me? And that's when it started to like weigh me down, when I started to feel them type of feelings and emotions. Like, man, I'm doing all this stuff. I done worked so hard to get to a certain point that was initially for my whole family, for the benefit of my whole family. But now I'm in that situation that I've been working toward, but minus the family. So it's like, I got all these things that I thought I wanted and that I was working so hard to get. And I finally got it, and I realized like, this ain't even really what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even really it. What I started to realize, what I really wanted was my family. You feel me? I wanted my family. I wanted to build my family. I wanted to make them happy. I wanted to make sure that we was all straight. I wanted to provide and protect them. I wanted to teach them. I wanted to watch them grow. You see what I'm saying? And I was robbed of that. In my mind at the time, I was robbed of that. So that caused me more stress and more anger and more exhaustion. You know what I mean? Because I was on the plantation, it's like I like to call it. I was on the plantation. You know, I was just working for money. I was working for money. So then I got into a situation where my crib got raided, door kicked down. You know what I'm saying? My life flashed in front of my eyes. All these police coming in with M16s and, you know, all this SWAT gear and, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn. For me, they came in like they came like I was a kingpin or something, you know? I'm just, in my mind, I'm doing a little something. I ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing how they coming. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. They sit me down, sit me in a room to ask me, man, who gave you this? How you get this? What you did? You know, trying to get me to basically tell them more about my situation, you know? And I just said, when is my court date? Because in my mind, they already had whatever they needed to have to send me up the river. So, because that's what they were saying. They like, yeah, we got this. So who's is this? Who's is that? So when they said that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm out of here. What's my court date? That's all I need to know. I don't want to do no other talking with you. We not friends. I really can't stand y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all at all. Do what y'all gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Do your job. That was my whole mentality in that room at that time, you know. So they like, all right, you want to play hardball? Okay, cool. They cuffed me up to where I was already cuffed up, but they picked me up, take me back to my cell. They took me to my cell. When I got in my cell, I just prayed, man. I just threw a prayer of like, man, God, if you can, you know, I know it ain't looking good, but man, if you can just get me up out of this situation, like, I promise you, I would never, you know what I'm saying, go down that path again. I'm gonna figure something out, you know. And I would say probably like a day later, well, that same day, they came and gave me some paperwork that basically said it was like inventory of what they took up out of my crib when they raided it. And on the paper, I'm looking at the paper, it wasn't no drugs on there. You know what I'm saying? So really, they didn't even have anything from the crib. They didn't find anything in the crib like they were trying to say that they found something in the crib and all of this stuff. They was trying to get me to tell them more than what they knew. I would say that. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to get me to tell them more than what they knew, so I could tell on myself and put myself in a jam based on what I told them. You know? So they really didn't have anything. But I look at it like it was a blessing from God, you feel me, to be able to escape, if you will, the wrath that they was trying to impose upon me. You know what I mean? Because had I said I had this and this is where I got it from, not only would I have been less of a man to do that, you know what I mean, to throw anybody under the bus, not only would I have been less of a man, but at the same time, I would have been tying a noose around my own neck. I'd have been tying a noose around my own neck. So, you know, it was by the grace of God that I feel, and I strongly believe it was by the grace of God that I was able to come from up under that situation. They had to let me out. They had to let me out because they didn't find anything, and I didn't tell them anything. You see what I'm saying? So I was able to, you know, break up out of them cages, man, break up out of they trap that they had set for me. And once I went home, I did exactly what I told God that I was going to do. I changed my life. I figured out another way. You know what I'm saying? I put myself on the clock. You know what I'm saying? I put myself on the clock. I start researching. I start reading more. I start listening to more spiritual things and knowledgeable things, and just doing the work, basically doing the work. I didn't know no other route of how I could do what I wanted to do, as far as, you know, living abundantly and freely, you know, because I knew I didn't want to work for nobody. Let me make that clear. I knew I didn't want to work for nobody. Nothing against nobody that do work for people, but I just knew too much, just from coming from the background that I come from. I just knew too much in my mind. I felt like I just knew too much to you know, fall up under anybody's instruction. You see what I'm saying? Why would I fall up under your instruction when I done already proved to myself that I could build something from nothing? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? It don't make no sense. But for people who haven't been, for people who are not from that background, I can understand and respect why they do it. You see what I'm saying? And I just want to make that clear because I know a lot of people kind of get in their feelings and get sensitive when it comes to, telling people they work or, because at the end of the day, I know people that's in the trap. Like I said, I was doing the same thing. I was working. I was a slave to money. We both doing the same thing. I'm just doing it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm being my own slave to my own. You know what I'm saying? My own thing. Versus a person being a slave to money up under somebody else's instruction. You see what I'm saying? I was just under my own instruction, being a slave to money under my own instruction, and that down there. Well, no, I ain't gonna say it's worse, but both of them is off. It's off the mark. It's off of who we were meant to be and created to be. So, like I said, along the path, I would like to call the road to riches. Along my road to riches of trying to figure out, what my vision, what kind of vision that I wanted to have for myself, and where I saw myself moving forward. Since I'm not gonna be trapping no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be living that type of lifestyle no more. Now I had to figure out what I was gonna do. I like to equate it with, like, in basketball, people be like, you got a strong right hand, you right-handed, you got a strong right hand. You can shoot with your right, you go right most of the time. You know what I'm saying? That's you play to your right because your right is strong. So your right is your strong hand. So I look at it like I had a strong right hand, which was trapping. But I need to strengthen my left hand so I can start going left more. I can start shooting with my left. I can start passing with my left, dribbling with my left, going left more. You know what I'm saying? Laying the ball up with the left hand. Making my left strong, if not stronger than my right. You see what I'm saying? So I could be balanced. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I found things that can strengthen my left. And I stumbled upon branding and entrepreneurship, and that's what I do now. You know what I'm saying? And I've been able to be successful at it because I've learned how to take the knowledge and the game that I learned in the streets and applied it to the entrepreneurship game and the branding game, and I've been able to successfully and effectively build a brand and a company from zero to making over $1,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? Successfully, just from the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained from the streets. And that's another reason why I'm here today, is to show, like I said, the trappers, the people that's still in the trap, and showing them, like, hey, showing y'all, like, hey, this is another route for us over here. You can do the same thing, the same game that you had over here in the streets and that trap. Everything that you developed over there, I can show you how you can do that over here and be successful. You see what I'm saying? I come from the worst city for African Americans to live in the country. I was born from a prostitute, drug addict mom, from a pimp and drug addict father. You know what I'm saying? Left in an abandoned crib as a baby. Not even 1 year old, as a baby, left and abandoned in the crib by myself, crying. You see what I'm saying? Until somebody came and got me and took me to my grandmother's house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse. I was in jail at 12 years old. I was a felon in the penitentiary by 17 years old. You see what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no excuse. So for anybody that's watching this, that's feeling like, oh yeah, he ain't like me though, he ain't like that, or whatever you may think, man, I done been through it all. I just look like this. I done been through it all, so it ain't no excuse. I done had my mom, I done had my father. I was locked up. I was a felon by 17. I was locked up by 12. What can you say? What excuse can you make to say you can't do it? Come on, man. Police almost killed me about 2-3 different times. I done had pistols to my head. I done been in shootouts. I done did it all. You see what I'm saying? I done did it all. I done been raided. My career done been kicked down. I done had bitter baby mamas. I done dealt with it all. You see what I'm saying? I done had when I say bitter baby mama, in respect to my baby mama, I would say I contributed to that bitterness because I didn't have I had a lack of knowledge of who I am as a man and what the role I played in our dynamic. You see what I'm saying? So I say all that just to say it ain't no excuse, man. I done been where you been. I done lived the life that you living. So you can't say I can't do this. You can't say, oh, he don't know my situation. I know your situation. I know it very well. And I know it well enough to tell you that you can do the same exact thing that you're doing right now. You can apply that over here in the entrepreneurship game and excel. And excel because you've done it at the bottom. You've done it at the lowest level. You've done it at the lowest level. Come on, man. Who better to do it than the person that already did it in a situation where his life was in jeopardy? We fighting for our lives. We risking our lives and our freedom doing what we doing. Trapping. You see what I'm saying? What we really doing is building a company, building a brand from nothing to something. You are qualified. So that's all. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to contribute to you. To you, trapper, trap star. You feel me? Whatever you want to call yourself. Who all the people who take risks to prosper. You know what I'm saying? Who put their lives on the line for $1. I'm talking to you. You can do this. You can become an entrepreneur. You can become legal. You can become legit. You can start your business. You can put your LLC together. You can come up with your own brand. You can come up with your own clothing company. You know what I'm saying? You can sell your own merch. You can build you a website. You can talk to these people. You can tell your story. You can impact people. You can change people's lives. You can do this. But first of all, you got to see yourself as being that person already. When I came up with this when the concept was imputed into me, I would say when the concept was invested into me, because I believe in God. I don't know what nobody else believes in, but I do believe in God. I believe in a higher power that is within all of us. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian, whatever you may call yourself, it don't really matter to me. My thing is that you believe, I believe that we are all up underneath a higher authority here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my belief. You are entitled to believe whatever you want to believe. But I have picked up within my life experience along this road to riches. I picked up some principles, some universal wisdom that can apply to anybody, no matter what you believe in, no matter what God you believe in, or no matter what religion that you come from. You know what I'm saying? I picked up some universal wisdom that can help contribute to the benefit of all. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to do. And one thing I've learned is that within this philosophy of Richard Pryor, I had to come up with a vision of what I wanted to become, who I saw myself as being. I saw myself as being one of the best entrepreneurs in the world. You know what I'm saying? One, especially in the black community. You know what I'm saying? I saw myself as being a person that can touch the street level and be able to take them from the street level to the legal level based on the life that they already living. You know what I'm saying? I saw myself as being able to impact people and change people's lives and free people from traps and get them off of plantations, man. And I saw myself being a great father, to my sons and being able to take them to the next level. I saw myself as being a man, a king, regardless of how much money I may have, regardless of how big my house is or what kind of car I drive. I saw myself as being magnetic. All type of positive and valuable people will be attracted to me based on just me being me. I saw myself as being that. That's what I saw, in my mind. So what I want to tell you is you have to see the person that you want to become in the future. You have to see yourself as being that right now. Because what's going to happen is when you start to see yourself as being the person that you want to be in the future, when you start to see yourself as being that person right now, what's going to happen is you're going to walk in that. And once you walk in that, you're going to start to see people and things and places and opportunities are going to start coming to you that's going to reflect the vision that you have, that you've been telling yourself in your mind, the vision that you've been seeing for yourself and seeing yourself as being. You're going to start seeing those type of things and those type of people and those type of opportunities coming your way as you walk in it, you know. So my thing I want you to all to do that's watching this video, that want to get on that road to riches, first thing I need you to do is write down your vision. See your vision and then write it down. I'm talking about clearly. I'm specific. You know, if you see yourself as being the best chef in the world, you got to write that down, and what you going to specialize in, what kind of food you specialize in. You got to make it so real to the point where you can actually see it. And once you can actually see it, then you can be it. See, that's the thing. In our community, it's hard for a lot of us to be things because we haven't seen things. Our vision of what we have seen around us is limited. All we have seen is entertainers, ball players, drug dealers. That's all we really done seen. So that's what you see around you. People are aspiring to be that. That's it. That's all you see. You don't really see people saying, man, I want to be the biggest entrepreneur in the world. Because you don't really see that many entrepreneurs. But really, we are all entrepreneurs in our own right that come from the trap. That's what that is. You are an entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? You are taking something from one stage and building it up to another stage and maximizing on it. You know what I'm saying? All from your own knowledge and your own wisdom and your own expertise. You see what I'm saying? Not being told what to do or how to eat. You know what I'm saying? You going out and getting the meal yourself. Nobody else is feeding you. You going out and hunting and getting and killing your game and taking it back and cooking it and cleaning it and cooking it and doing it all yourself. That's an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? It's just haven't been translated in our community as being that. We call ourselves trappers. We call ourselves hustlers. But over here in the legal world, they call everything that you're doing, they call that entrepreneurship. Like minus the drugs, minus the illegal shit. You know, they call that over here in the legal game, they call it in the legal world, they call that entrepreneur. They call that entrepreneurship. So I'm just here to let you know that's what that is. But in order for you to change it over and transition it over here, you got to see it. You got to see it within your mind. You got to close your eyes and visualize it every morning, every night. You got to tell yourself, this is who I am. And that's what you need to write before you put the things that you see for yourself. You got to say, I am, because it's so powerful. The word I am is so powerful. You know what I mean? Those words, I am, you're claiming it. You're claiming it right now, not I will be or I'm going to be. That's going to always be ahead of you. When you say it that way, it's gonna always elude you. It's gonna be you still gonna be chasing it. You still gonna be on a plantation, you know. But when you claim it, you take something that's out there and you bring it here. You take something that's from that you see in the future and you bring it to right now. That's the most powerful thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Because now you are living in it. You are walking in it. And like I said before, once you start walking in it, those type of things from your vision will start walking towards you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start attracting all of it. And I want to hear, you know what I'm saying, moving forward, you know, I want to hear the stories, man. Like once you test this out, I encourage you all to test out what I'm saying. You know, I've done it. I know what it do. I came from trapping in the trap house, getting bed bugs all on me because it's bed bugs all up in the trap. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting bed bug bites all up over me because I'm in here being a slave to money. But now look at me, making $1,000 a day off of my own brand legally. But I'm telling you where it came from. So like I said, I'm the proof. You experience for yourself so you can see that I'm not just talking this. Once you start visualizing this in your head and you write it down and you say it to yourself morning and night before you go to sleep, you're going to start seeing and you're going to start seeing a change within yourself first. Your energy is going to be changed. The way you respond to other people in certain situations and circumstances is going to change because you're going to be rooted in something. Right now, you probably not really rooted in something right now. So you responding real loose to all type of things. You reacting to life instead of being proactive to life. You know what I'm saying? Once you see who you are within yourself and you visualize that, you're gonna start being proactive in life. You're gonna start not reacting to things. You're gonna start putting things in its proper perspective in relation to the vision that you have in your mind. The things that you tell yourself at night and in the morning that of who you are. You know, you're gonna start being instead of doing. You know, that's another episode. We're gonna do that one later. Being and doing. It's a real big difference between being and doing. You know, a lot of people doing a lot of stuff. That's why they slaves to money. You feel me? That's why they slaves to money. But who are you? You gotta be something first. You know what I'm saying? Even when you ain't doing this stuff. Who are you though? You know, who are you? So, you know, like I said, test it out, and I want to hear some testimonials in the comments or however, you know, if you got my text community number 404-737-0303, you know what I mean, send me a text of what you've seen, you know what I mean, after you started to you know, use and apply the wisdom that I'm giving you right now. You know what I'm saying? And I want to hear it, man. I really want to hear what you went through, and I'm just excited. You know what I mean? Because I'm already knowing, man, you finna be on the road to riches. And the more and more you see it, and not just hear me talk about it, the more and more you see it, the more confidence and faith you're gonna have on your journey and on your path and on your road to riches moving forward, to the point where you ain't never gonna turn around. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna turn around, because you're gonna start to see yourself out here. You feel me? You're gonna start seeing the stuff that you put in your mind. You're gonna start seeing it out here. Change your energy, man. When you change your energy, when you change how you see yourself, your attitude is gonna change. When you change the way you see yourself, your attitude is gonna change. And when your attitude changes, that's when everything is gonna start coming towards you the way you saw it in your mind. And then you will stop blaming, you know, money for your happiness, or this car or this job for, you know, how you feel about yourself. You're gonna stop blaming that, and then you're gonna start blaming yourself, because you're gonna start to see that I am the creator of my happiness, and I am the creator of my sadness. You know what I'm saying? You are the creator. You feel me? And once you grasp that, like I said, then you're gonna be on the road to riches. So, like I say, man, I appreciate your time, you know, and I'm just excited moving forward how many testimonials I'm gonna hear, you know, how much game that we gonna exchange. Cause I learn from you as well. You know, one thing I learned about life is like, it's crazy how much you learn on the way to learning things. You know what I'm saying? And as you're teaching, you will learn. As you're teaching, you will learn. And when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So some of y'all that's watching this right now, you might not be ready yet. But when you're ready, the teacher, the lesson that you need to learn in that moment, in that time, is going to appear for you. You know what I'm saying? When you're ready. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So, you know, I'm going to just close it out, man. It's the first Daily Riches. It's the first episode of Daily Riches. Many more coming. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this on the daily. You feel me? And I encourage you all to be rich before you get the money, not after. Stay rich.